Ever wonder how Europe, this tiny continent, managed to shape so much of the world? It's a wild story, full of epic highs and some seriously dark lows. Let's rewind the clock. Picture this: ancient Greece. This is where the seeds of Western civilization were planted. Democracy, philosophy, theater, it all started here. Think of thinkers like Socrates and Plato, laying the groundwork for how we think about society even today. Then boom, the Roman Empire marches in. These guys were master engineers and administrators. They built roads, aqueducts, and cities all over the continent, spreading their laws and Latin language. For centuries, much of Europe was united under one banner, the Pax Romana, a long period of relative peace. But empires don't last forever. The Roman Empire eventually split and crumbled, leading to a period often called the Dark Ages. It was a chaotic time of fragmentation, invasions, and survival. But even in the darkness, sparks of the future were igniting. Monasteries became centers of learning, preserving ancient knowledge that would otherwise have been lost. New kingdoms started to form, laying the foundations for modern nations like France and England. Then comes the Renaissance, literally a rebirth. Europe rediscovers the art and science of the ancient Greeks and Romans. We get geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. This explosion of creativity and curiosity paved the way for the Age of Discovery. European explorers like Columbus and Magellan set sail, discovering new lands and connecting the globe like never before. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. This era of exploration also kicked off centuries of brutal colonialism. European powers exploited vast parts of the world, plundering resources and enslaving millions. The immense wealth that flowed back to Europe, funding its grand cities and industrial revolution, came at a horrific human cost. This legacy of exploitation is a deep and painful stain on Europe's history. Back on the continent, things were just as turbulent. The Reformation split the Christian Church, leading to devastating religious wars that tore countries apart. Later, the French Revolution challenged the old order of kings and nobles, shouting ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. These ideas spread like wildfire, inspiring revolutions across the continent and beyond. The 19th and 20th centuries were a whirlwind of change. The Industrial Revolution transformed societies, but also created grim working conditions and massive social inequality. Nationalism soared, leading to intense rivalries, and this tension erupted into the two most destructive conflicts in human history, World War I and World War II. The continent was ravaged, cities were turned to rubble, and tens of millions lost their lives, including the systematic genocide of the Holocaust, one of humanity's darkest chapters. From the ashes of these wars, a new idea emerged. What if we worked together instead of fighting? This led to the creation of what we now know as the European Union, an unprecedented project to unite the continent economically and politically, hoping to make war between its members unthinkable. So, the story of Europe is a complex tapestry. It's a story of brilliant innovation and appalling cruelty, of unifying empires and shattering wars, of democratic ideals and colonial oppression. It's a continent that has constantly reinvented itself, for better and for worse, and its long, complicated history continues to shape our world today. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through time interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.